question from Charles Jesse.
Welcome, Governor.
Hi.
I'd like to ask you, what one challenge in your life do you believe has most tempered your character and prepared you to become President of the United States?
Well, I'd say the one thing that affected my life the most was when we lost our dad when I was a freshman in high school. He was a World War II Navy veteran. He had a college degree from North Dakota State, living in a small town, married, 3 kids, everything's happy. But not then. I mean, he was single, but they, at the time of World War II, because I wasn't born before that, but he was, Pearl Harbor happened, and he said, I need to serve. And he went down to the gym 15 miles away in Castleton, North Dakota, and he signed up. And because he had a college degree, 90 days later, you're a naval officer and you're putting you on a destroyer, and he didn't see mom for 2.5 years, but he lived to tell about it. 151 destroyers at Okinawa, 129 were hit by kamikazes. He lived to tell about it. He came back home. They started raising a family. I had this amazing dad. I lost him too young, and I can remember it like it was a minute ago, getting on the bus to go play Kindred and basketball, and they pulled me off the bus, And so anyway, from that moment on, I understood that life was short, and you had an opportunity every day to get up and try to make a difference in people's lives. So that changed me, and because of him, I ended up with a little bit of farm ground. So I'm in every job I had growing up, working on the farm, working on the ranch, working at the grain elevator. Some of them could have been on the World's Dirtiest Job show. And then also worked as a chimney sweep to pay my through college. So I had all these jobs where you took a shower at the end of the day, not at the beginning of the day. And so I understand what hardworking people. I saw my mom now as a widow with 3 kids have to go back into the workforce and figure out a way to, pay the bills and make sure that you could pay the mortgage. So I get what Americans are going through. So I'd say that's the thing that changed me. And I think that absolutely, that lived experience is one of the things that is going to be super helpful. The other thing I would say, as president right now, our nation is under a behavioral health and addiction crisis, and the First Lady, Catherine, has so courageously shared her story that she struggled with the disease of addiction for over 2 decades. Now she's been in recovery, celebrating 21 years, and everywhere she goes, she's a face and voice of recovery. And we have to have a different approach to how we think about that. And we have to have a different approach to the border, because we had 110,000 overdose deaths in this country last year. And if some of that fentanyl we know is starting from China and coming through the border, it's like, great, we haven't had a soldier die in the Ukraine because we're at war with Russia, but we just haven't sent troops. But are we taking mass casualties here in the United States, because of overdose deaths? So these are things that life experiences, I think, are key. But leadership, I've built companies, I've run them on a global scale, I have had people working for me all over the world. And when I was running those global companies, people worked for me, they didn't have the right to vote. They didn't have the right to free speech. I have seen what countries look like when they don't have the freedoms we do, and that's one of the reasons we have to fight for them, for veterans like my dad and for my own personal experience. And I would bring all of that to making sure the President of the United States should be a uniter, not a divider. If you want to put on a jersey and debate, topics, great, you can do that. Go to Congress, be a congressman, be a senator, do whatever. But if you're a governor, if you're a president of the United States, you've got to be the person. The day you're elected, you work for everybody. Republicans, independents, and Democrats all drive on the roads that you're building. They all get the services you're providing. You've got to be able to work for everybody. And that's, as a business leader, you don't pick the customers you like and the customers you don't like and serve them differently. It's addition. You want every customer, and you want them all to be happy. And in North Dakota, we treat the taxpayers like the customers they are. Thanks for your question.